Welcome to the California Prison Research Hub, where we dive deep into the institutions that shape our state's correctional landscape. Imagine a system pushed to its breaking point. In the 1980s, California's prisons were a powder keg, overflowing with human lives. What happened next fundamentally reshaped our state's correctional landscape. This is the story of Wasco State Prison and how it became a critical turning point. Officially opened in February 1991, Wasco State Prison, or WSP, isn't just another correctional facility. Its establishment was a direct response to the severe prison overcrowding crisis that plagued California in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Uniquely, WSP was designated as the state's first all-new reception center. Over its three-decade history, however, WSP's function has profoundly evolved, adapting to major shifts in correctional philosophy and judicial mandates. Let's explore its complex journey, starting with the crisis that necessitated its birth. To grasp Wasco's origins, we must first understand California's unprecedented prison overcrowding crisis of the 1980s and early 1990s. Between 1975 and 2006, the state's prison population expanded eightfold, surging from approximately 20,000 to 163,000 inmates. By September 1994, California's prisons, originally designed to house 66,000 individuals, were instead holding 120,000 inmates, resulting in an average overcrowding level of 182%. This wasn't a sudden event. It was a steady increase, consistently described in official reports as untenably large and dangerously overcrowded. WSP was conceived as an urgent, large-scale intervention to address this systemic failure. This explosion in inmate numbers was directly fueled by a prevailing tough-on-crime legislative agenda. California's reliance on incarceration as a one-stop solution concretized through significant legislative actions. Key drivers included substantial bond acts like the New Prison Construction Bond Act of 1990B, Proposition 144, which authorized $450 million specifically for new construction to alleviate overcrowding. Similarly, the New Prison Construction Bond Act of 1988, Proposition 80, secured approval for $817 million for new prisons. These acts were proactive steps in constructing a larger carceral state, making WSP's eventual construction a direct physical manifestation of this policy direction. In this context of rapid expansion, WSP was strategically designated as the state's first all-new reception center and prison. Its core mission was to serve as a specialized intake facility. This involved providing short-term housing necessary to process, classify, and evaluate new inmates physically and mentally to determine their security level, program requirements, and appropriate institutional placement. This comprehensive classification process, which could extend up to 90 days, involved detailed physical and mental evaluations. Classification scores were meticulously assigned based on a thorough review of factors like age, the nature of the crime, prior incarcerations, and any gang involvement. This primary mission highlights WSP as a pivotal component, functioning as the gateway to the entire correctional network. So with this urgent need for new facilities, why Wasco, California specifically? The site selection was influenced by a confluence of geographical, logistical, and socio-economic factors. Wasco is strategically located in Kern County, approximately 140 miles north of Los Angeles. The prison itself occupies a substantial 634-acre parcel. The choice of Wasco, a rural area with ample available land, aligned perfectly with the logistical demands of constructing and operating a large-scale reception center. Beyond just land, the local community of Wasco demonstrated strong support for the prison project, viewing it as a beneficial investment. This support was rooted in the perception that prisons could serve as a last resort economic development opportunity for rural communities facing decline. For a small agricultural town like Wasco, the prison represented a substantial economic infusion through stable employment and potential local procurement opportunities. This initial enthusiastic community support was a key driver for local acceptance. WSP commenced operations in 1991 with an initial design capacity of 2,484 beds. Over time, reported design capacity has fluctuated, but what's consistent is that WSP has consistently operated above its intended capacity. For instance, as of January 31st, 2023, WSP's population was 3,698 inmates, representing an occupancy rate of 123.9% against its 2,984-bed design capacity. More recent data from July 9, 2025, shows a population of 3,924 inmates, which is 164.6% of its 2,384-bed design capacity. This highlights a fundamental and ongoing challenge within the California correctional system that persists to this day. Wasco State Prison's trajectory, like that of many California facilities, has been inextricably linked to major shifts in state-level correctional policies and landmark legal challenges. While the tough-on-crime era necessitated its construction and expansion, a pivotal shift occurred with Assembly Bill 109, AB 109, in 2011, known as Public Safety Realignment. This landmark reform shifted the burden of monitoring and incarcerating lower-level offenders from state prisons to county jails and probation departments. A B-109 was, in fact, a direct response to a federal court order in the Plata v. Newsom case. This class action lawsuit, initially filed in 2001, alleged constitutionally inadequate medical services in CDCR facilities due to severe overcrowding. In 2009, a three-judge federal panel concurred, concluding that overcrowding was the primary cause of these deficiencies and ordered CDCR to reduce its prison population to no more than 137.5% of its design capacity. This significant order, upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court in 2011, necessitated a reduction of approximately 40,000 inmates. Realignment achieved a substantial reduction, with a decline of approximately 27,400 inmates by September 2012, helping the state meet that crucial court-mandated target. For WSP, these policies altered the profile of inmates received, potentially concentrating more serious offenders at the state level. While WSP has consistently maintained its core mission as a reception center, its functional scope has subtly expanded over time. The facility regularly houses a substantial number of general population inmates beyond those just being processed. We've also observed a general shift across prisons, moving from a custody side more to an emphasis on the medical and an increase in different rehabilitation programs. As a major CDCR institution, SP undoubtedly reflects these systemic changes, integrating more medical services and rehabilitative programming into its daily operations. Further evidence of WSP's evolving role can be seen in expansion plans, such as the 2008 proposal to construct 2 new semi-autonomous facilities, including one for Level 4 inmates, indicating a planned increase in its capacity for higher security populations. Wasco State Prison, like any large correctional facility, has also experienced its share of significant events and challenges. Its core function involves constant, high-volume inmate movement as it processes and transfers inmates. Sadly, there have also been serious incidents. A specific incident on March 14, 2025, involved the tragic death of an incarcerated person, Angel Carrasco, who was attacked by 2 other inmates. Another significant event involved a riot in an exercise yard where staff used lethal force, resulting in 1 inmate's death. Beyond specific incidents, a 1999 audit report even raised concerns about WSP's institutional safety and security due to its failure to proactively address problems in critical equipment, emergency procedures, and staff vigilance. These events highlight the complex and often volatile environment within such a large institution. The demographic and socio-economic landscape of Wasco and Kern County has a reciprocal relationship with the prison. Wasco's population was estimated at 26,222 in 2023, with a substantial portion of its reported population directly attributable to the prison's inmate count. The demographic composition of the inmate population at CDCR facilities, including WSP, reflects broader societal disparities. As of 2015, for instance, Latino individuals constituted 42% of California's prison population, African Americans 29%, and other non-Caucasian races 6%. Wasco City itself has a high Hispanic or Latino population, estimated at 87.3% in 2023, highlighting a significant demographic connection. Finally, Wasco State Prison's architectural and infrastructural development reflects both its evolving function and broader system challenges. Designed as an all-new reception center and prison in 1991, WSP's layout is reportedly an exact replica of North Kern State Prison, suggesting a standardized, efficient design model for new facilities during that period of rapid expansion. Looking ahead, planned expansions, like those in 2008 as part of the AB 900 infill bed project, encompass new housing and, crucially, healthcare infrastructure upgrades, a key focus especially due to the Plata v. Newsom lawsuit's impact on medical care mandates. Wasco State Prison's journey reflects the dynamic and often challenging realities of incarceration in California. Its story underscores the inherent tension between capacity needs, population management, and the commitment to humane and effective correctional practices. If you found this deep dive into its history and evolution insightful, please hit that like button to support our research. And for more in-depth analyses of California's correctional system, don't forget to subscribe to the California Prison Research Hub and ring the notification bell. Your engagement helps us bring these crucial stories to light.